Sunrise, sunrise, looks like morning in your eyes, but the clock's held 9:15 full hours. Sunrise.
Our move from the high desert of California back down to the Inland Empire. You can read our backstory in an LA Times article that is coming out in about a month or so. The article is by Tom Kerwin. It is highlighting the history of Hesperia, how our particular housing development was planned and how it was intended to be a community for families, how it went downhill, how my particular family story unfolded here, and the end of our story, which leaves us, the story ends with us leaving the high desert and moving out and actually walking away from our home. And I have not talked about this a whole lot, but you can go and read the story about why we decided to walk from our home. We've been homeowners for about 8 years now, so I'm just going to go over it real quickly. We moved up here with the intent to stay up here for a very long time, but the crime rate has gotten extremely bad. It's been bad and on the decline for the last 3 years that we've lived here. Meanwhile, our taxes have gone up, and we can no longer afford to live in this house, and our bank does not want to work with us. We have tried several times, several different ways to work with our bank. So anyway, that is, I believe, going to be detailed more in the Los Angeles Times story. But basically what we are doing is walking away from the over $100,000 that we put into this house. And I'm not pleased about it. It's embarrassing. I've never walked away from financial responsibilities like this. My husband and I have always prided ourselves on being responsible homeowners, taking care of our homes and staying long term. And when we have left our other houses, it's been because we've sold them and bought a new house. So this is going to be very hard for me to talk about because it's a matter of pride, and I know other people are going through it. So I just kind of wanted to shed some light on the situation and the fact that a lot of people are losing their homes right now, and they are not irresponsible deadbeats who just don't feel like paying their mortgage anymore. They are families like ours who are hardworking families who have fallen upon hard times and can no longer stay where they are. So Daniel and I have come to the point where we've decided that we are going to find a better neighborhood for our children to grow up in, and that means that because we cannot sell our home, we are going to have to end up walking away from it. So this is where our story begins, and I will be chronicling our search for our new home and our move, and how we are settling into our new home once we find it. And this may be a month, it may be 2 months. It could even be as short as 2 weeks. So we are currently looking for homes. We have found a couple that are potential homes for us, but it is very nerve-wracking for me because living in a rental with 7 kids, it's not easy to find one that they'll rent to us, and also it's not going to be our home, so it's going to be very weird to have to live in somebody else's home and try to keep it spotless with 7 kids, especially my 7. So this is the beginning of our journey, and you're welcome to follow along. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them.